This is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, we are doing our first gaming review. This isn't a typical gaming review though, because we're not going to be going over a lot of the online stuff. I'm just going to be going over single player for Injustice 2. Now, I was a huge fan of Injustice 1, a big fan of NetherRealm in general, just because they have given us today's modern day fighting games with amazing storyline. Both Mortal Kombat, both the new Mortal Kombat game before Mortal Kombat X and the Injustice 2 Gods Among Us were probably some of the best storylines in a fighting games that we've gotten in years. However, I will say both had part 2s that did not live up to the original in terms of storyline. So in terms of storyline, first of all, in the campaign aspect, I really like that you get to play as every character, not every character, but the majority of them, or at least get to see almost every character in the storyline. So that's really cool, and I really love that about it. Really great experience for you. Now, if you want just to see a great comic book DC story, the way that we haven't seen it in movies, of all of these different heroes, Injustice 1 is an amazing place to start, and then Injustice 2 is an even better place to continue to. So really, it does continue on for the story, but it doesn't go to the multiverse anymore, which I felt, why not? You open that door, do you just want to keep it self-contained this time? So that is the big thing, that with that, we did not get anything to deal with the multiverse anymore until you get to outside of the campaign. The entire campaign is dealing just with this one world and not any of the other worlds. And I would have been curious to see how that would have worked, to see how everything went with that. The characters are really good. I felt like we could have got a little bit more different kinds of villains. I am very interested in when Starfire comes, Red Hood, and I forget the other one, but there's going to be 3 other characters that come into it. Is it Sub-Zero? I think it might be Sub-Zero. They come into it, and really, I want to see more with their storylines. Now, you have a ladder campaign to see how that individual story would have turned out if they would have been going through all of this, and they would be the one to beat the ultimate boss, Brainiac. And I like that, so you get their individual storylines. I really like that, but the best part definitely is the multiverse. Multiverse keeps coming back every day to see what new stuff is going on. Like, oh, what can I complete now? What can I get? And with the gear, I did not think I would like it, simply because I do not like to change the look of my heroes often. I like to keep them the way they look, and Batman is all in black, and very, very dark gray, and Green Lantern, I want his costume to be green, different shades of green, mind you, but I don't want all the different kind of colors and different styles, unless that is a different shader, which I didn't mind that. But those are the kind of things that I wish you could keep their design one way and just gain the stat boost. I would like that more so you can decide if you want to keep the new look or have the old look, but with the stat boost, because right now you can only wear the gear, and that's the only way you can do the stat boost. That's just something I would like to see. I'm really curious to see your guys' thoughts on it. Am I the only person who thinks this way? Like, I want to be able to have their look be whatever I want it to be, and then have the stat boost on top of that because I got this gear, if that makes sense. Kind of like a Final Fantasy and like Materia or something like that. Like, it's not on you, but you have that stat boost now. So that's what I'm kind of in more line towards. I don't mind it all the time, because sometimes some of these skins are pretty cool. The Flash's antennas, for instance, sometimes they look cooler. So I just want the option, I guess, is what I'm saying with the gear system. Now, in terms of online and all that kind of stuff, again, I'm not really getting into that. It's great if you like online stuff. I like the ability to get guild, and then, these people that I don't have to know, I don't have to talk to even if I don't want, but when we complete things together, we all get stat boost. I like that aspect of it. In terms of single player, I felt that the story could have been a little bit longer, just a little bit longer overall. But I do like that we get a lot of individual styles with it, and I like that you can unlock almost everything without needing to buy anything. Of course, no one likes microtransactions. I feel that the video game industry at least for consoles, is starting to finally get it. I mean, if EA is starting to learn it with Battlefront 2, then maybe all these companies can finally get the message. We'll see, though. But really, I like the fact that I can basically, if I can grind, I can get anything I want. I did pre-order, so I did get Darkseid as well. I really like his style. I'm actually pretty good with him because I think he's very cheap. I think Firestorm is one of the cheapest ones, along with Dr. Fate. I think a lot of projectile ones are really can be overpowering, and depending on how you use them, if you spam certain things. But overall, I like a lot of the characters that I like in DC. I really, really wish, though, we could have got another world, Dick Grayson or Tim Drake. I understand that Dick Grayson died. Spoilers if you hadn't played Injustice 1. But he is my favorite character in DC, and I really would love to just have him kick Damian Wayne's ass. That was still that line when Batman faces Damian in Injustice 1 for the first time, and you learn this Nightwing is not the original Nightwing. That was my favorite thing ever. If you guys go ahead and take, if you guys did not see Injustice 1, that was my favorite line ever, because there is a following to Damian Wayne, but I do not think he's still up to the par of and the history that we have with Dick Grayson. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Who's your favorite Robin? And you know, I love Tim Drake. I love Dick Grayson, and I think those are the two for me. Jason Todd obviously is Red Hood, and that's what he's really more synonymous with. Nightwing, though, I love him for being Nightwing, but I think if there's anyone to don the cowl, no, Damian does not get that. It is Dick Grayson. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Have you played this game? Do you like this review, or what would you like to see in the next review? I'm planning on doing this one for Tekken 7, another fighting game that's going to come out in a couple weeks. And I'll talk about how Tekken and Injustice are very interesting, because I feel that Injustice has a much better self-contained story, as in one story that is so much better than every other fighting game. But Tekken, to me, has one of the best connecting storylines in a video game series that I've really enjoyed, with a lot of different characters, and we find out a lot of different things that happens to all of them. Alright guys, thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.